Hello humans, Artist with a Fro here, and welcome back to episode 14 of Sealed Only. We're about 14 episodes in and I can't believe it, but we're actually almost at 400 subscribers. That's you. That's all of you. You guys have been helping this channel grow from not only the Sealed Only series, but from all of the other videos as well. So I can't say this enough. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I hope that I can continue to give you guys some of the videos that you all enjoy. Now, today and the next few episodes that are going to then come out are more or less episodes from a backlog. So just keep that in mind if some of the recording might seem a little bit different than, let's say, a dual overload opening that I've done. Just to keep a note, there are still a lot more things that I want to do with this channel. There's a lot more content that I want to make for you humans. And there's a lot more things that I want to do as this channel evolves and grows. So again, I can't thank you enough. I'm going to jump us back into our regularly scheduled program, and let's open some cards. Alright, so let's get into the actual pack opening part of this video. We have about 6 packs here, but I'm going to make it an extra 2. We're going to add 2 extra packs here just to sort of even ourselves out. So that way we do have 8 packs to open for everybody today. So we're still looking for the 3 visits, and I feel like that's kind of our plan right now, our plan of attack. Aside from that, another Sunmo or any of the other cards that we could have gotten could also be pretty good right now. We're going to switch off from the new segment. I'm just going to read the cards as is, starting with Chronomelie Tusper Rocket, Cataclysmic Crusted Calcifida, Mutually Afferred Destruction, Bellcat Fighter, Zhang Day, pretty good, Megalith Ophiel, Chrono Quarter, Head Judging, and Condolence Puppet. I wanted to note that I realized later that these kind of cards are actually, it seems to be the European type, so they're a bit darker, right? If we pull out some of the cards that I have in the actual deck, and I noticed this with Zhang, Gong that we pulled, but if I show you guys the difference here, you guys might be able to see it here on camera and with the lighting that we have. The European print is a lot darker than what we have. So this is the American print and this is the European print. So I feel like the European print is like a lot more vibrant. This kind of print looks a bit muted. Granted, you could say, okay, well, it's a bit brighter, but I feel like this print looks a lot more colorful. It kind of just bounces off of the card more. So I will be replacing some of my English print cards with some of the European ones. So that's going to go straight into the binder, or rather not necessarily the binder, but it's going to go into the Gold Sark tin. Now let's see what else we can get with the rest of our packs. See if we can actually pull other versions of some of the cards that we need. Donyaribo at Ignister, another Mutually Furred Destruction, Cataclysma, we have Daruma Dropper, we have Witchcrafter Ginny and Idol Reborn. Alright, kind of more crap, stuff that we don't necessarily need, but you know, somebody else might be able to find a use for it. Then we'd opened up 2 packs so far. Getting onto the 3rd pack, let's see. Again, we're still, if we could pull a Lightning Storm, it might be good, but then again, I haven't really seen that many people use Lightning Storm either. Doshin at Ignister, Bellcat Fighter, Transcicada. This is probably the 3rd Mutually Afferred Destruction. The Changban Bridge we're going to put in, Jackalope, again, kind of a card we can't use, Ghost Trick Fairy, so on and so forth. All of the common cards will go there. We are going to put 1 Jackalope into the binder, and then the rest of the cards will go over here. But it's also interesting that this does seem to be more of a Ancient Warrior pack. I remember mentioning before, actually this kind of really seems to be more of an Ignister pack. But I mentioned this beforehand. It's like the Ignition Assault packs, you either get mainly Ignisters, mainly Ancient Warriors, or mainly Plunder Patrol. So this seems like an Ignister styled pack with Tie Strike. We have Chronomelie Tusper Rocket. We have Charged Up Heraldry. We have Katakuri Cashin, another Zhang Day, so that'll be a good replacement, and Utgarda, which is going to go into the Gold Sark tin. All of the other cards here will end up going over here. Got about 4 packs left. Oh boy, let's see what we can get. We haven't really pulled anything else. The last time we opened these packs, we pulled the secret rare Moark. So we're gonna have to try to see if we can get something else instead of that. Some more common cards that we're gonna go through. Only reason why I put Doshin over there is I know one of my friends is making Ignisters. But we do have Daruma Dropper, Shiny Black Squatter C, Eyes Ritual, Megalith Emergence, Fiendish Portrait, and there's our there's our Ultra Whitebeard, the Plunder Patrol Helm. Oh boy. Nope. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, I guess. It's not really a good sight to see something that's not an Ancient Warrior being ultra rare, especially when you try to consider that we're trying to get the 3 visits card, really, out of all of this. If I could just get a second copy of that, I think that would just make me feel a lot better about these packs. Ghost Meets Girl, My Akashi Manuscript, Dragon Maid Send Off. We have Pheedran, Matching Outfits, Time Thief Retrograde, Tai Strike, Shipyard, and Abominable Unchained Soul. So those 2 are going to go there. Shipyard, or rather, Whitebeard is going to go into the binder. Last 2 packs here. Let's see what we can get. I'll take the 3 in the back. Usually it's the 3, right? If I feel around, we might be able to say 4. All right, let's see. Pheedran is here. We have Armory Call, Time Thief Startup, 9 Lives Cat, Megalith Haggith, Mutually Referred Destruction, Battle Survivor, another Changban, so we can replace that, and a Wing Pegasus, which is going to go straight over there. Finally, our last pack. Hasn't really been a good opening, really, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. Not really too confident about this. This was definitely more of an Ignister box, with the Plunder Patrols seemingly taking the secrets. Now this is interesting. I don't know if you guys can see what's happening here, but there seems to be like a print error on this card in particular, so I'll hold off on that. But that was kind of odd. That card had a print error, so that means that I'm taking these 4 cards here. Yep, just going to double check if there's any secret writing. We have Double-Edged Sword. We have Time Thief Chrono Quarter, Megalith Bethor, Resurgram Exceed, Eye Shadow, Gravity Controller, Scissors Cross, and Ophiel. And the card that was misprinted was Leviathan. There seems to be like a different print error. I'm not sure if you guys can see that up here, but from a distance, it's like this card is a lot darker. So I was like, maybe it might be a little bit more special. But I think that this was definitely more of a sort of an Ignister pack. So that's going to do it for the pack opening. We do have some European cards that we can sort of switch out for our normal ones, so I guess we kind of plus with that. But other than that, didn't really get anything that we needed. We have about 6 packs left in the box, so that is what we're going to open up either on the streams or in one of the later episodes. So now let's going to turn it over into some duels. Alright, so we have about 3 duels to showcase here, and I'm actually editing, or rather adding a little bit more features to the channel, like I said before, just to kind of upgrade ourselves. So now we'll actually be able to see our wins, our losses, and any of the draws that we possibly have in our duels today. So we're going to be using Eternity Code version of Ancient Warriors. And I know that this is a more updated version of what my deck currently looks like. However, I'm trying to plan forward and really see what combos I'm going to have to necessarily tweak my deck to be ready for, and what type of cards I'm definitely going to have to side in. Now, we've already realized, thanks to other people getting, support that we'll eventually have, that Eternity Code comes with a lot of the Ancient Warrior support that we're going to need, and most of them are common cards. I think the only 2 cards that are super are Zhuge Kong and Sao De, so we're pretty much all set for the cards that we need. I think that we're probably going to have to buy maybe 1 box, if anything, and just pull off like the 2 Zhang Yuans, the 1 Jia Wen, and then again, of course, just getting Zhuge Kong is probably going to be the hardest card for us to pull, but I'm pretty confident in our skills to pull that off. Now, in this duel today, there's actually, again, like I said, 3 duels that we're going to be showing. But in this duel today, I believe that we're facing off against a ritual type of playstyle. And I just pretty much started off with a Sunmo, rather 2 Sunmos, a Liu Xuan, and then a Tensu. And at that point, I was just able to set up the easy lock, which is not necessarily the best hand you want to go at. but it's a good hand nonetheless because you basically just prevent your opponent from going in at an attack. I also did decide to add Zhang Yuan, which in my opinion makes Ancient Warriors so much more versatile because they can finally go first with a card like that. It's so good. It's basically their version of Honest. When it does get special summoned, it actually prevents the opponent's monsters from destroying Ancient Warriors by battle. And then every time that a card is destroyed on the field, it actually allows you to destroy one extra card. So I've been kind of tweaking with this. I'm thinking about honestly taking out certain cards and just fixing it around the Ancient Warriors that work around this destruction style effect. Using cards like Mystical Space Typhoon, using cards like Twin Twister might actually be a little bit better than the Cosmic Cyclone that I'm running, especially when we do eventually side in our Sao De. So he goes off first. He's actually running a Pendulum style deck. I thought that this was the Ritual deck, which means that it actually isn't. He's able to get out both of his Pendulums and then Pendulum Summon, but again, alas, he is unable to attack thanks to our soft, or rather, I don't know if this is a soft or a hard lock. I think it's a soft lock because it's really two monsters. I think a harder lock would have been like an extra layer of protection. So I believe he's going to either Exceed or Link Summon off of the two monsters that he had. I think, no, rather, it looks like a Link Summon, but it could very well be a Synchro. He actually ends up going for a Synchro Summon, and it's that Blade monster that's allowed to attack twice. Now this is definitely the the most odd thing that's happened this duel, but it's something that I think that we have coined as our own phrase based on all of the duels that we've had in the past. So he's going to activate a spell card, discard a card, and then he's actually going to negate Sun Mo's effect, and he's also going to half its attack. So I'm not necessarily in the best of positions here, but luckily, like we said before, we do have Zhang Yuan in our hand. So first Lu Xuan's going to activate first, allowing me to draw my 3 visits. I can chain it to Sun Mo's effect, but Sun Mo's effect isn't going to activate because it's negated, but that does let me chain and summon out Zhang Yuan. Now, he can't destroy any of my Ancient Warriors by battle. He still can't attack Lu Xuan, and he's basically just forced to attack Sun Mo twice. And he's probably thinking at this point, like, why is his card not dead? I attacked it twice. And we take the win. So, you know what I always say? Reading is fundamental. Had it been my turn, next turn, we had the 3 visits in the hand, we definitely would have just popped off. So, in our second duel, and we're kind of gonna, spoiler alert, it's actually a consistency here. You're gonna see a lot of like win streaks here based off of reading skills. We're dueling, I believe this might be the actual Ritual deck, and we're dueling off with a hand, oh my goodness. Well, lo and behold, it is our favorite deck to combat against. It is zombies, 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 and he is going straight for Zombie World with Gozuki on the field. And looking at what we have, I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, in my opinion, it makes the most sense to activate Pot of Extravagance, but instead, we're going to go for Tenki, and I'm going to try to see if I can bait out his Ash Blossom if he does have one. He currently doesn't, so instead, I'm just going to add Sun Mo, because you always go for Sun Mo if you have the option to. And thankfully, we do have Tensu as well, so we're able to get off sort of a double summon. Now, thinking about this turn back, I probably should have activated Tenki for Zhou Gong and then gone for Tensu, just to like sort of gauge what cards I would have needed. Then I could have gotten rid of Tenki for 3 visits. I would have still had Tensu and I would have had my second summon, and I really would have been able to pull off a lot more combos instead of just going for what I had. So it's kind of like, you know, just getting back into it. He sends Spooky Dogwood, but we're not going to special summon. Like, there's no reason for me to. Instead, I'm just going to get my extra protection. I'll send Lu Xuan to the grave just to get to get Zhang Yuan, and then we're going to use Lu Jing's effect to destroy Zombie World, because if I can prevent him at least from getting Zombie World on the field, that'll at least stop the Ballard Rock that's going to just come up and ultimately take me out. Now, again, we're still not going to special summon because we don't want him to gain life points off of the Spooky Dogwood, and instead, I'm just going to set my Royal Decree and keep my Zhang Yuan in the hand. Now, like I mentioned before, this is not the best hand that I want to have. This is not the best field that I want to have at any point either. He's going to summon Gozuki, activate its effect again, just to normal summon, and then pitch one of his zombie cards from the grave. Can you guess what card he's going to send? Oh, look at that. It's Glow Up Bloom. And Glow Up Bloom's going to allow him to get Ballardrock straight to his hand, but we're going to Royal Decree just in case that back row card is something that we need to be conscious or afraid of. I guess I'm really just looking out for Infinite Impermanence at this point, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be a card that he may have the chance to activate. So we're going to basically just see what he does. It doesn't seem like he wants to continue on with the duel, and we'll take that as our second duel post-Eternity Code. Moving on to the last duel here, we are, and this is hopefully the one that I wanted everybody to look at, this is the duel against a Ritual deck. And you can tell that he's playing Rituals because we have Relinquished as his player profile. Starting off with 2-3 visits. Oh boy, if only I could pull 2-3 visits from the opening of this Ignition Assault case. I'm actually going to pitch this idea to you guys just to sort of gauge what your thinking is. My thought process around this is, okay, Eternity Code is pretty much out in certain parts, and you know, if you have the connections, you're able to get boxes early, but let's not talk about that because we don't have the connections yet. Anyway, Eternity Code's already out, right? Now, for us, since Eternity Code is out, and since we've basically just been literally throwing away our money, like my wallet has been starving, because we've kind of been just like, you know, searching and wanting for these 3 visits, and it's an ultra rare, which means that we're only really going to get 1 per box. I'm going to pitch this idea to you guys, and you can let me know what you think if you've gotten to this point in the video. So we currently are giving away a lot of cards, and we're currently, like, you know, again, still seeking the cards that we need for our sealed only deck. My thing is, when Eternity Code is actually available in North America, which is going to be, I believe, June 1st or June 5th, I think that we should at least be allowed to purchase 2-3 visits just to save us some money, because we've kind of just been, like, I don't want to say splurging because that's not the word. We've really just been like spending our money just to get 1 card from 1 set. And it's extremely annoying, I would say, just to get that 1 card. I would feel much better about it if, honestly, if 3 visits was not an ultra rare, and if the Ancient Warriors in Ignition Assault weren't super hard to get in the first place, which I have my gripes on that, but that's besides the point. Again, I'll pitch the idea to you guys. What do you think? Do you think that it will be okay for me to purchase the 2-3 visits that we are going to need for the remainder of the deck, and then continue on with our sealed only thing just to get the rest of the cards that we're going to need? Like, if you're looking at my extra deck, I am still citing in some cards for the potential future, so I hopefully am going to search for Boral Sword and then Knightmare Unicorn, because those cards are going to be extra cards that we're going to use. And there's also some stuff that we've pulled in the previous, or rather in the more recent Dual Overload videos, which will allow us to get some stuff. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear some of your opinions on that decision, because that's going to then change how we move the deck moving forward if we are able to procure 2 out of the 3 most important cards that we necessarily need. So he's going to summon out Chaos Max Dragon, and this is where we're kind of just like, bro, we're about to take a lot of damage, and this is going to really, really, really hurt us right now. Now I'm looking at his field, and I'm just like, alright, so how do I prevent him from doing a massive amount of damage? I'll have to activate Xuan, and then I'm going to have to go for the next card that I need. So we thankfully were able to send Changban Bridge to the grave, thanks to Zhuge Kong and Xuan both being on the field. I'll activate Xuan's effect, which will allow me to draw a card, and then I'm going to special summon out Sun Mo. But here's the big brain move. Now, the reason why we run 1 Jia Wen is because of his actual effect. His effect does not target, and Chaos Max Dragon cannot be targeted by my opponent's card effects. So watch this big brain play. I'm going to narrate it as it's happening in real time so you guys can see this. So we have Sun Mo on the field. We have Xuan and Zhuge Kong. We have the soft lockdown, so we're not able to be attacked. We activate the Sun Liu Alliance, which is going to give us some extra bonus attack if we decide to activate our Ancient Warriors effects. We're going to pitch Guan Yun to get Jia Wen, and then we're still not going to activate 3 visits. The next thing I'm going to do is actually activate 3 visits first, and then normal summon Jia Wen. This is going to allow me to get Zhang to my hand, and since I have 2 or more ancient warriors on the field, I'll be able to special summon him. Now my field is pretty much stacked at this point, and I don't really have anything to worry about in regards to taking out his monster, but 4,000 is still a lot to get over. So let's sort of see how this is going to play out. I'll activate Zhang's effect, and I'll special summon him. He will then gain 300 for every ancient warrior on my opponent's side of the field, and then we'll also have the ability of activating the Sun Liu Alliance, which is going to boost him up to 4,500. Now that's more than enough damage that we actually need. However, we still have Xuan, and this is where Xuan's effect comes in handy. By pitching a continuous spell or trap card that we do have, we're able to select 2 monsters on the field and half their attack and defense. Chaos Max now goes to 2,000, and we take the win. So that's pretty much the first 3 wins that we were able to get with the post-Eternity Code deck. And again, as always, reading is fundamental. Now, in the future, there are again more videos that we are going to have, and we're just pretty much just going to build up from our win streak currently. With that being said, of course, as always, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to all of the videos that we do have here on the channel, and check out some of the other videos that we do have in store for you in our backlog as well. Now, with that being said, my friends, thank you all for watching. I have been the Artist with a Fro, and that, my friends, is the show. Thanks for watching.